And here's what's interesting. Many people I talk to about narrowing down to a specific audience, and I felt this way, so I get it. I felt this way at first too. When I talk to them about narrowing down to a specific audience with a specific message, they worry that it will limit their reach.
Do you want to harness the power of the internet to reach people with the good news of the gospel? Well, you're in the right place.
We're Bruce and Lindsay, and we are passionate about helping you leverage the digital landscape to disciple nations.
Join us and other Kingdom Messengers as we share tech and tools to help you launch and grow your Kingdom channel.
They worry about it if I go too specific or if I go too narrow, I'm gonna miss people. It's gonna be too small. But what happened with me, and happens with so many, when you narrow down, you accelerate your reach, because you're not only hitting your target over and over again, you're not only hitting your audience, but you're not having to slow down to bring others along, to explain yourself. You're not having to defend yourself. You're not having to overextend yourself in trying to reach people who don't need your message or don't want your message. You're not staying generic. You're getting specific, so you're hitting a very specific target. And I know, when we talk about this, you're like, is this kingdom? I'm not sure. It sounds very exclusive. I don't want to exclude people. Everyone needs Jesus. Everyone needs the gospel, and that's absolutely true. But here's the truth. There are other people who are called to those people. There's not just one person in this Facebook group, right? There's over 700 of us. We all have our people to reach, right? So the people that you feel like you might be excluding, they're going to be reached by someone else, okay? They're not going to be missed out on. If I had ignored the call to specifically reach the Rosies, if I had just not paid attention to that, wanted to stay all things to all people, I probably wouldn't have even been paying attention to what my friend was asking for that Friday. I'd have been like, nope, I don't know about any podcasts. I would have just scrolled right through. But because I had that focus, I was paying attention to her and people like her, because I felt like I was called to people like her. And I was starting to pay attention for, what are they asking for? What are they struggling with? What questions are they asking? What problems do they have that they're trying to solve? And so instead of trying to reach everyone, I began to reach someone, right? Everyone will be reached by someone. You want to reach your someones. My message would have stayed generic. My focus would have been all over the place. I would have been totally distracted. I would have stayed frustrated. And you know what would have happened? At some point, I probably would have burnt out again. But here's what's so cool about kingdom life. There is always more. There's always more. So I focus on reaching the Rosies with the Posture Podcast, but guess what? Others get reached with the Posture Podcast, not just the Rosies. You know why? Because the Rosies will share it with their worlds. I have men who listen to my podcast, even though I'm not necessarily targeting men. I have a few people who have even reached out. This is so cool. I've had people reach out to me and said, you know what, I'm not a Christian, or they've said, I don't share your faith, but your messages have really impacted me. Thank you for sharing. So you're not going to only reach your audience when you narrow down. Others will be reached, but when you stay on target, you protect your focus, you protect your process, your peace is protected, you're not overextending yourself, right? And so you become a very effective messenger. And you set yourself up for longevity as a messenger. There won't be burnout. Instead of sprinting over here and trying to be all things to all people, you stay focused and energized in the process.